Working out alone hits different. No one calling your name, no one watching your sets, no one pushing you to do that extra rep. Just silence, and the sound of your own breathing. For most people, that silence feels uncomfortable. But for some, it becomes the place where everything starts to make sense. When you train alone, there's no external motivation. No hype, no energy from others, no one to impress. And that's exactly what makes it real. Because every rep you complete, every set you push through, comes from something deeper. It comes from discipline. From a decision you made long before stepping into the gym. There's a different kind of focus when you're alone. No distractions. No conversations between sets. Just you and the work. You start noticing things you usually ignore. The way your body moves, the way your muscles respond, the way your mind reacts when things get hard. Every lift becomes more intentional. Every movement becomes more controlled. And then there are those moments when it gets heavy. When your body feels tired, your energy drops, and your mind starts telling you to stop. That's where working out alone becomes something more than just training. Because there's no one there to push you, no one to say one more rep. It's just you deciding whether to quit or continue. And when you choose to continue, something changes. You start building trust in yourself. You realize that you don't need anyone else to keep going, that you can rely on your own discipline, your own mindset, your own strength. And that realization carries outside the gym, into life, into challenges, into moments where things feel uncertain. Working out alone also becomes a form of escape, a place where you don't have to explain anything to anyone. No expectations, no pressure, just effort. You walk in with a heavy mind, and somewhere between sets, that weight starts to fade. Not because your problems disappear, but because you're doing something about yourself. There's honesty in training alone, no ego lifting, no trying to match someone else, just your pace, your strength, your progress. You see your weaknesses clearly. You feel your limits, and slowly you start breaking them. Most people avoid being alone because it forces them to face themselves. But that's exactly where growth happens. When there's no distraction, no noise, no escape. Just you and your thoughts. That's where you understand who you really are and who you're trying to become. Over time, working out alone changes you. Not just physically, but mentally. You become more focused, more independent, more disciplined. You stop relying on motivation and start relying on habits. Showing up becomes automatic. Effort becomes normal. And one day, you realize something powerful. You don't need anyone to push you anymore. You don't need validation, you don't need attention, you don't need someone watching to give your best. Because you've built something within yourself that doesn't depend on anyone else. And that's the real strength. Not just lifting heavier weights, but becoming someone who shows up, works hard, and keeps going, no matter what. Because at the end of the day, the most important work is the work you do when no one is there to see it. This is Bodybuilding India. Like, share, and subscribe.